video on the Great Lakes Fishing Tour, we are going to talk to you about hook setting devices, and specifically the difference between the jaw jacker versus the automatic Fisherman. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to get into how to set up the automatic Fisherman, and then I'll go into how to set up the jaw jacker. Not only am I going to tell you about both of these products, some of the good things about them, I'm also going to tell you about some of the maybe not so good things about them. Both are going to help you out though. That's what these videos are designed to do. Teach you how to set them up and teach you how to catch more fish. All right guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is the automatic Fisherman. I want to talk to you about the advantages and the disadvantages of the automatic Fisherman. I'm also going to talk to you about the advantages and disadvantages of the jaw jacker. Now, first of all, the automatic Fisherman, the advantage is very simple. It is the most durable product, hook setting device that's on the market. When I mean durable, I've had this product for 20 to 25 years and it still performs flawlessly. So it's a very durable product. If you're a guy that's hard on your equipment, I'm gonna tell you that this works very well and it will catch you a lot of fish. That is the advantage of it. It is a good, durable hook setting device. Now, let me talk to you about some of the disadvantages of the automatic Fisherman. Now, we make some longer trout rods, and the way you hook up an automatic Fisherman is you need to put your rod tip in this pin right here and run your line right through down here. And when that fish bites, boom, you've got the fish on. Now, one of the disadvantages, if you look very closely right here, when I put my rod in this pin, often what'll happen is when this pin gets pushed down, the rod tip will at times smack and hit right here. So when that rod tip is smacking and hitting the end of this metal piece, that's not good. You need a shorter rod to avoid that, and I do not like having to put my tip inside on that metal pin. Now, they do work fine, guys. Autos work great, they're super durable. But let me show you one other reason I don't like the auto and I like the jaw jacker. If I have a bait caster and I want to put a bait caster in an auto, it is very unorthodox, meaning I have to bend the rod and it just, see how it just doesn't want to sit inside of there? Just doesn't want to sit inside of there the right way. When I go to pull it down, a lot of times, it takes a lot to get it to work properly. I have tried the bait casters in the autos, had them for many, many years. And when the jaw jackers came out and I started using a bait caster in the jaw jacker, I'll show you the advantage of that. All right guys, so I talked to you about the advantages and disadvantages of the automatic Fisherman. Now I want to talk to you about the jaw jacker. Now, as I mentioned, the automatic Fisherman is super durable. And that is the weakness of the jaw jacker. So I'm pretty hard on my equipment, and the one thing I can tell you is the jaw jacker, you will have components that will definitely start to break on you. I've had a few of these little pieces here not work properly, and at times in the middle here. So it's definitely not built like the automatic Fisherman. Definitely not as durable, I'm gonna tell you that. But the way that this thing can set the hook, I believe has an advantage. So let me show you the advantage of using the jaw jacker. Now, the first thing, one of the advantages of, you don't have to put your rod in that metal pin. Instead, at the end of your eyelet, you would attach here a little loop, and that little loop is going to go directly into this little part right here. You see this part that moves back and forth? You're going to take that and put that loop right inside there. Put this down and lift this up, and this thing is set. If I let this thing go right here, see that? I can now adjust the tension by twisting this knob, loosen it or tighten it, where I don't have. It's very simple to use. If I want to adjust the tension now, where it just set up real quickly, now I'll tighten the tension a little bit. I'll run that back through there. And now the tension is a little tighter, so you can really tweak the tension. That's the advantage here. And look at how that rod is loaded up even more. When the rod loads up more, that's a stronger hook set. You're able to smack those hooks in the top of the roof of the mouth, and boom, then you got the fish on. One thing I mentioned to you about the automatic Fisherman is when I try to fish a bait caster in there, how I have to basically turn the rod backwards, and it just doesn't sit in there normally. And watch how this bait caster, our hot rods that we designed, fits perfectly into the jaw jacker. It just, and I can loosen it up right here a little bit more if I want, or tighten it up. But do you see the way that rod really loads up? There's so much power in that. And the whole advantage to having a hook setting device is when you're fishing for trout, often a trout will come up and grab the bait and they will spit it. So by the time you run over to your tip up, they will drop it. The hook setting device, when they come up and grab that minnow, it sets the hook and hooks most fish right in the top of the mouth. And that's great for protecting and preserving the natural resources, because a lot of times if you're not paying attention to your tip-ups, when a big fish eats a minnow, they'll swallow it and then the hook is down engulfed inside the fish. This does not allow for that. It allows for very quick hook setting. Boom, set the hook, catch the fish. You know, I use both the jaw jacker and the automatic Fisherman for many, many years. Right now, I prefer the jaw jacker just because it works better for my bait casters and my spinning rods. Guys, I hope you like the videos we're doing. We're out here fishing, trying to keep the Great Lakes Fishing Tour rocking and rolling, doing some tips this week for you. Hope you like our videos. Don't forget to subscribe and share. We're gonna try to hit 50,000 subscribers. Can't do it without you guys. Make sure you leave a comment. I'm gonna go back to fishing. See ya.